for me. Because then you
Yeah,
can always
'cause
put
more
it down to
movie.
30 as well.
I do 24.
Yeah, oh yeah, well, you're gonna be fucking cinema, bro. You're in cinema now.
We are in the cinema now.
Oh, we're already recording?
No?
Yes, you are.
No.
Well, you should be recording.
You want me to check?
Yeah, just record, dude. Press that, hit that red button, bro. It's already recorded.
Yeah.
You always do this with everybody.
No, I don't.
Can I cuss on this?
Yeah.
Can I swear?
Yeah.
Dude,
Be yourself.
Be so much better.
Be yourself.
Yeah. No matter what they say.
Oh. Alrighty.
I'm Indonesian.
So
Alright.
Here we are with the majestic.
Majestic.
Yeah. Jacob Koopman.
You're not so bad yourself.
No, but you're really good. If not one of the best buskers around here, I have to say.
I wouldn't say
I have
that.
to admit it.
No, I wouldn't say
shut
that.
up. I'm talking.
Okay.
All right. That's my point of view.
Okay. That's nice.
Best performer ever.
Wow. In the world.
In the world.
Nice.
Yeah.
In the universe.
Yeah. So, as I told you before, this will be just conversation. Normal.
That's
conversation.
okay, man. Yeah, we always have these conversations.
And I don't know if we should start from your past or from now, or what you have going on now.
Well, we could start from, what do you call it? Like,
from the beginning.
from the beginning. In the beginning? Yeah. No, we could go, the usual.
All right,
all the way
let's
from
start
the
from the
past,
beginning. Yeah.
Long story short, and then we just go straight away to the front. That's what people say. But then when people say long story short, you know what it is? It's like,
It's really long.
it's really long. It's basically their entire life story.
I know.
So I was born.
Yeah? Were you? Really? That's amazing.
Oh yeah, in Java, in Indonesia. And at one point, maybe when I was like 8 or 9 or something, I figured out, I was like, man, I really like music. My parents were always playing music. My mom's like, she used to sing in choirs, and she's also like and she also played a little bit of guitar. My dad was always like, like the rock and roll Bon Jovi type.
Yeah.
And I was like, man, these guys are so cool. I thought my parents were really cool at one point. They still are.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong here. But I just thought like, man, I really like that, People were getting the joy out of people playing music.
Yeah.
And I just like, it was so infectious, right? That energy of like, oh man, like I want to do that. I want to spread that fucking happiness too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I do remember, however, when I was a kid also that like they were singing, Love Hurts by Nazareth.
Yeah.
Love hurts, love won't end. My dad was singing that with my godfather at the time. There's a huge crowd, and I was always like super down to jam with them. But then it came down to like a lot of people one day, and I was just crying, and because they told me to sing it with him, and I was like, no. When your
How
parents,
old were you?
When your parents put you in like these situations,
spot,
and then you're just like so embarrassed.
Yeah, especially because they're your parents.
Yeah. And I was like, I don't want to do this in front of people. And it's like, it was so chill though. It was just like a gathering of people. And so I was like, oh man, I gotta get over that, like, confidence wise. I was probably like 7 or something. But then we moved to Bali after Flores, which is another island in Indonesia. There's so many islands in Indonesia, by the way. It's like 10,000 islands. But we're like on 3 of them, let's just say. And then I went to school and I got a drum kit because my uncle was in like this metal band. Yeah, it was kind of like, it was, I wouldn't say it's metal now, but metal is ever, whatever. So it's like back in the day metal, dad rock, we call it now. And, but he was like, and I was like, man, that's so sick. So basically, man, I'm going like all over the timeline here.
I love it.
I'm going all over the timeline. So basically, I saw him do that, and on my drum kit, and he had like all of his mates over in one of the rooms. They were like practicing for this Battle of the Bands thing, right?
All right.
And I was just like, damn, dude, that's so cool. So I was just there, like always watching them like play, and I was like, man, this is so crazy. Like he can do that. And I was learning also from him. At this time, I was also maybe like just a year before, like my mom put me in piano lessons and stuff, and I just found it so boring. But it's piano lessons, but it is one of those things where I think if you do learn the piano first, you do have like a whole understanding of where things are. Everything. Kind of, you know. But then I saw this guy playing drums, and I was like, whoa, man. And then they were doing it in this huge stadium, apparently. The Battle of the Bands was in this huge stadium for some reason. It was like a really, really like small Battle of the Bands. But it was like so many people were there. And then he was like, yeah, you go and sound check. Because I think like at that time there was like a big band playing at the end of the competition. Oh, right. But then he was like, well, you've learned enough of the song. You were there for every band practice. How about you go and do the sound check with the band on this huge stadium? And I was just like, boom, boom. And I was like, oh man, I got the feeling straight away. I was like, imagine especially this, and you have so many people like rocking out, you know. Yeah. But then I was playing with them, and they were just like, man, you're gonna be a musician one day, you know. I was like, yeah, probably will, probably will. And here we are now, you know. But I remember also at one point I was just like, I was getting really frustrated because everybody in school, you know, when you're like a teenager or a kid or whatever, you're just not really like some kids have that, like prodigies probably or whatever, but they would be like really motivated to play and practice all the time. Like a lot of people, like I was like that, but like I think a lot of people weren't. And they're like, oh yeah, it's for fun. That's for getting girls, like, you know. And so they just came in, played a bit, G chord, D chord, and I was on the drums like, come on, man, let's jam, bro. And he's like, yeah, I'm bored already. And I was like, oh man, I wish I could clone myself, bro. I was like, because I could play guitar, I could play this, and I have the motivation enough for 3 people, you know. And that just kind of rounds it up because I was like, I wish I could clone myself, and then the loop pedal came out, of course. But like, I was like, holy shit, I can actually clone myself now and do everything without having the need to. Anyway, I was still on the drums for a long time. Moved to Bali afterwards and got.
Was there a music scene there?
Yeah, there was, but like I was about 13 at this time already. You know, man, it started quite young. You know what I mean? This whole thing, man.
I started when I was 14.
No way. No way. That's kind of old already.
Yeah. Oh, look at me now.
14 is old, man. I'm 14 these days is old. You'd be surprised. People always look so different these days. Huh?
Yeah.
Like you'd be like a 15-year-old and they look like a 25-year-old.
Yeah.
But also, you know what's crazy?
They have more access to everything now.
Of course, but you know what's crazy? Us millennials look younger than Gen Zs.
You think?
Oh, 100%, bro. 100%. Why is that? We don't know.
Because of the screens, probably.
Maybe they age you or whatever. I mean, we're the last generation to not be born into internet, bro. Isn't that crazy to think?
Yeah.
Like literally, I still remember not having internet.
Yeah. When it first came, I was like 7. No,
I'm very grateful for that because to be honest with you, like I think it's almost a superpower though to be like I remember the world without internet.
Yeah, but the fucked up thing about that is
we're on the internet.
Yeah, we're on the internet right now. And I cannot live without my phone. It's a really bad addiction I have.
I mean, you can see like my phone is over here too right now. I'm not on the phones too much anymore, but I need a screen. I need my computer or my PC or something, you know.
And we knew the world without it.
I never did. I was always in front of screens anyways. CRT.
Yeah, but it's not the same. It's not the same because when you were younger, you were on a screen when you wanted to play or when you wanted to listen to music, and that's it. But now it's like every time,
It's just because the accessibility and everything is kind of depending on it as well, like emails and even social interactions.
Everything.
I find it like very like toxic, but like. Because I'm going through this thing right now where I'm kind of trying to detox from it.
Yeah.
I'm trying, I'm not especially too much on Instagram and whatever. Work on it as well. So it doesn't become a thing anymore where I was using it for social things.
Yeah.
You know, but it used to be very much like that. It used to be like for like and, you know, and then you're just like constantly on it. And I guess, you know, I built the following that way as well with all these little things, you know, like interactions on Instagram, and I was on it. Like you'd see probably my screen time before was like 40 hours or something, and no, maybe not 40 hours in a day. That's impossible. But yeah, you know what I mean.
23.
Yeah, 23 hours. So I was just on it all the time, and now it's literally like probably only 20 minutes, not even.
For me, it's getting up to 5 hours to 4 hours a day.
No way.
Yeah.
The Instagram.
Everything.
I don't have that, no. I watch a lot of YouTube, though. I think YouTube can be very, I mean, it depends, because algorithms and stuff like that, you know what I mean? Like, so that's why I don't really go on my Instagram too much, because my algorithm is messed up. Because I have to deal with a lot of the work stuff. So there's like busking, a lot of busking videos come up, a lot of people singing come up, and I'm like, I don't want to listen to that, dude. Like, I just want to, I don't know, how do you make like ground coffee from Colombia or something? You could pick that on YouTube, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Which is just much more educational. I think TikTok can also be educational, because I know that my fiance is TikTok. You see, that's the thing though. Once you get out of that and not watch those things and like it, just skip it, the algorithm will give you a nicer template.
They will reward you with that,
Yeah, they will rework you in some way that they want you. How are you going to sell this coffee then? You know what I mean? Or how are you going to sell this? But it is very toxic. It is very toxic. But at the same time, you have to use it, anything. Use it as a tool.
Yeah. If I was in the music now, I probably would have got rid of my social media, to be honest. Just to
Where would you go? Would you become a monk or something?
No, not even. Just I will have just.
Of course,
WhatsApp.
we see like we're very like mushroom oriented today.
It was a coincidence. But I would have only, for example, just WhatsApp to speak with my friends and the people I know. You know, my contact.
I'm the same.
But I'm constantly watching. Anyways, let's go back to your music
the story
journey.
Oh yeah, and in the end, I started making a rock band with actually.
So you were a drummer at first.
Yeah, I was like-minded people in school, and we started making like, I don't know, it was literally anything, but I can play you the first song later on that we've ever made together with that band. Because it was so bad. But it was so.
I remember it.
It was so good. We said at the same time, it's like the biggest pop hit in the world. You know what I mean? And I was like, damn, dude, you should play this all the time. But of course, we're like, you know, as children, I would say, the pre-teens, I would say, we're all evolving, you know? So I think in the end, we became like heavier and heavier and heavier as a band. And became more like proggy and way more technical, because of course, when you're a kid, you're just like, let's go and do the best you can on the drums and do the best you can on the guitar, make it super complicated. Overcomplicate things. And this is why I don't think I come from a pop background at all. You know what I mean? In fact, I don't really like pop that much. I can probably, I appreciate it for what it is, and people like to listen to it, and I can appreciate that people are like, you know what, like my ears are not made for metal or jazz or R&B or hip hop or, you know, I don't know, trap. I just like pop music, easy listening stuff. And I'm like, well, that's okay. Sometimes you just want to be hit with like, you know, really big choruses, and you're like, well, and then you could just repeat it over and over again in your head. So people just like that. But you know, we went on so many gigs. So I was gigging already since I was 12, man. A long time. That's 20 years now. 20 years, dude. Did my first gig. Well, maybe I did my first gig when I was 10 on guitar, because I was taking guitar lessons. Like, imagine all the people. I was like learning it, and also later, dun, da, da, dum, da, da, dum, bum, bum. Just learning that stuff, you know. But and I didn't really play guitar that much. But in the end, came here to Ireland. Well, I came to Holland first.
But how did you start busking?
Oh yeah, that's the thing. So
what?
This is long story short, but it's the longest story in the world.
I know.
People gotta know about this, man. Who knows? Write a book one day, because my life's been kind of crazy. I'm sure yours has been too. I mean, we're both here in Ireland, and we're not from here.
I am from here.
No, you're not.
Listen to my accent.
Listen to my accent. This, that, these, and those. This, that, these, and those.
This, that,
these, and those.
This and those.
These, that, these and those, these and those, these and those. It's a Dublin version of Ed Shoulders, Knees and Toes.
House. Yeah.
I just made that up on the spot, dude. That's fucking brilliant. Wow. These, that, these and those, these and those.
That will be the name of the episode, basically.
Yeah. The Dublin Head, Shoulders, Knees and Toes.
Yeah.
Dublin version.
Alright, so how did you start busking?
Oh man, I was I'm just still learning that song. Let's see if we can do something else.
You'll produce it now.
Yeah?
You will.
Oh yeah, make it like head, shoulders, knees and toes. This, that, these and those. So we went to Amsterdam as the band. It didn't really work out because, man, Western world is insane. We were like, we came from an island in Bali where everything was chill. Oh yeah, can't make it to band practice. No worries, we'll go again tomorrow. To a place where it's like everything's moving so fast, Holland, and it was Amsterdam, and everybody had to work because we had to pay rent suddenly, and it was a big thing from becoming like a little kids band or a teenage band into like a grown-up band. And we all went through this thing. We all actually lived together in Amsterdam too. Yeah. Anyways, while I was there with the guys, I went to like some of the open mics, and I met this guy. I was actually there's these two buskers, Giovanni and James. James is actually from here. Mm-hmm. They were busking in Light Supply in one of the squares there in Amsterdam. And I was like, oh shit, man, you guys are really good. Went to one of their gigs in the Waterhole. Yeah. And they were like, man, we're doing like an open mic session in Candela. All right. Club Candela. Went there and I saw Caesar, and he was like, oh dude, we should go and busk, because he was also playing at this place. I was like, yeah man, let's do it.
You were a drummer there?
Yeah, I was a drummer for that band still, and I was playing maybe a little bit of music and singing as well a bit here and there, but mainly backing vocals for a long time. I took this cajon. It was like actually from the Candela, because the boss was so cool. He was like, oh man, you guys want to borrow the stuff? There's no worries. This cajon, we called it a cowhon, right? Because it was like, it had like cow skin on it. Yeah. Like, white and then with the black spots. Yeah. So we called it the cowhon, dude. Uh-huh. That was my first actual like instrument busking, bro. And we went, and Caesar at the time was also doing the bike taxis, and he was like, oh yeah man, hop in, boom, go to the place, set up, and then he was putting his amplifier to the battery of the
I see to the bike,
to the battery of the bike, the rickshaw basically. And then I didn't have a mic at the time, so I was just like screaming the harmonies. But the first day that we played, it was like in the nighttime. Fuck, I don't even know what day it was. It was just a random night maybe we played. And people were like, damn, that's so good. And I was like, man, in 1 hour we made X amount of money. And I was like, well, I don't really have to work anymore. Probably from this day on forward, It's just like, man, I was like, Caesar, dude, like, probably just do music, man. Yeah. The guys in the band weren't so happy with it. I was doing covers, blah, blah, blah. Image, whatever. Kind of getting annoyed because, we were there for a long time and we couldn't get gigs, and suddenly, like, I'm doing covers. This is a big problem in the industry, of course. Yourself. Yeah. Do covers. Like, we're doing so many originals, which is so intricate, actually amazing. And yet we couldn't get any gigs. You know what I mean? So, people don't want that these days. These songs that they know, it's more entertainment. Actually, sometimes we're just furniture. Yeah. We're paid a lot of money just to be furniture in the room. To be like, oh yeah, they have music.
It happened to me for a Christmas party.
Yeah. Oh, it happens to me like literally every second gig, dude. I'm just like, okay, whatever. I don't mind. I don't mind it anymore.
Just paid practice.
Yeah. I don't see it as like, I used to be annoyed with it. It's like nobody cares about the music that you're playing, even though they're covers as well. It's like something that you don't even want to do, and then you're just in the background and you're just paid furniture. But I think everybody gets over that, I mean, at the same time, we decided to make music our job, so a job is not always, fun.
Pleasant. Yeah.
It's not always fun, but it's fun in a way. If you look at it, you kind of just
better
like,
than doing
it's better than doing dishes
jobs.
all day,
yeah.
man. So I'm just like, okay, whatever, man. I just have to sit here and practice what I really like to do.
Yeah.
And now with the looping thing, I can just loop the chords. It's the chords to the song. It doesn't matter. It's a jam track. And you're just like soloing all over it. You know what I mean?
You took it to a next level now with your new setup, though, didn't you?
Yeah, I would say next level. I'm still practicing. It's the thing is I'm always getting bored of the setup.
Yeah, but like the sound is like something else,
Oh yeah, the sound is insane.
I wish people could appreciate it more. But,
well, I mean, I take like inspiration from different buskers or different musicians. Like I have this iPad from a guy called Jack Shepherd. On the I was doing a lot of cruise ships now, and this guy came on with an iPad as like his main looper.
Yeah,
and I'm just like, it's insane, dude. So you just bringing an iPad and one paddle. It's like, yeah. I'm like, wow, and I'm there like bringing this huge like things. You know what I mean? Looks cool with all these things, but it sounds the same. People can't tell the difference between analog and digital anymore, man.
No.
And so I got this thing, and it's very, very versatile. This Loopy Pro, we use it on iPad, and you can basically tell it to do whatever you want. Kind of, in a way. There's some limitations to it now that I found it, but it's okay still.
Yeah.
It is next level though, I would say. Like it is more like that I'm doing nerd things than music things.
Yeah. Yeah, I can see that as a musician, but people like they don't notice.
But you can see that as a nerd as well.
Yeah.
Because you are a nerd too, I know that.
Yeah, sometimes.
Yeah, we're Fortnite together, guys.
Yeah. We're so mature now.
If you Fortnite together, you die together.
Yeah.
We die together? No,
I don't think so.
You triumph together.
Yeah, I will.
You battle royale together, you victory royale together. Hey man, don't even hang it, dude. Oh dang.
So,
sorry man, I'm talking too much probably.
No, you're grand. You're more used to the camera than I am, so you're fine.
But yeah, you're the guy.
I am the guy. What was I gonna say to you?
You're the businessman.
Yeah, super. So now you have gigs outlined, and one of those gigs is a huge deal, isn't it?
Which one?
Which one of all of them? The busking gig.
Ed Sheeran, dude. I was actually kind of thinking, I was like, man, which one is actually good? It's not paid, so I'm not even thinking.
Is it no?
Yeah.
So you have to.
I mean, it's paid for the travel expenses. I think it's a really good opportunity, of course.
It's a stage. Yeah.
It's not a stage. It's called the Fan Busking Zone. I'm quite happy because I'm going also with a guy called Fionn Whelan. He's like this kid from here.
Yeah.
And he also has red hair, so people are like, oh yeah.
The next Ed Sheeran.
Yeah, next Ed Sheeran kind of deal. I played with him once, I think. And he's really good. He comes from Wicklow, and he's also got selected for this thing. I think it's a great opportunity, man. I mean, like, promotion-wise, whatever. It's like, oh man, this guy who kind of has like, 25, I don't know how many million views on the Ed Sheeran thing of Perfect.
Yeah.
Gets to play in an Ed Sheeran concert.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I think that's like, it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool.
Especially for him, like.
Yeah, for Fionn.
So yeah.
Fionn. I don't even know how to say that name, man.
Yeah. Fionn. I don't know. Fionn.
Yeah, fjord. A fjord is probably more like a... Yeah, it's like a fjord is like in the Norway, you have like these fjords, right? Mm-hmm. It's like anyway, it doesn't matter. Why are we going off topic here?
Geography.
Anyways, I was just talking about geography yesterday. It's like really random.
So yeah, tell us about the whole thing.
So I got selected. Pretty random. I mean, like I get these emails sometimes, and I was like, "Oh, you want to do this?"
It's a scam. Sometimes it's
a scam, but the thing is, it's like they're saying that like you should probably buy your own tickets first. and then we'll reimburse you. I was like, how about you give me the cash now and let me buy the tickets? Because that's my thoughts right now.
Obviously.
But yeah, there's a lot of these things happening. Sometimes, the gigs are always different, people organizing it, so they all have different methods of booking. Yeah. So I don't know. I'm just kind of like, okay, we go there, and then Czechoslovakia, you say Czech Republic, and like nobody picks you up, and you're just like, what the hell did I just do? Yeah, bought tickets for this whole thing but I saw it online. I think it looks pretty legit. Like he's actually playing there, so. And they give you a hotel and food and transport and whatever. So I'm happy out, man. I get to bus there 2 days and maybe see Ed Sheeran.
Yeah. You definitely will, I think.
I'm super down to see Ed Sheeran, man. Like, maybe take a picture with him.
Yeah.
At least,
I
was, I was doing the Lewis Capaldi thing and the Niall Horan one. I didn't really get a picture with them both. Like a nice, standing picture. Yeah. These are the things I don't really think about, though.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, man, can we take a picture together?
Yeah. When it happens, then you look back and it's like, oh,
I should have taken a picture. Yeah. I don't think about that.
Yeah. You just leave the moment.
Well, that's the thing. I think everybody should, really. Yeah. Like, I'm just there. I'm, like, super stoked that they're there and they're playing with me and whatever. But it just never comes to mind, this whole, like, hey, man, can we take a picture?
At least it's on video.
Yeah, it is on video. Yeah. It is on video. And, like, I got to hug them. I got to smell the roses. It was Lewis Capaldi was actually super cool. He's like, man, give me your phone. And then he followed me after that. I was like, no way, this guy, dude. What a legend.
He's so down to earth, I think.
Yeah, I feel kind of bad for him because he's got that stutter thing right now. So, yeah.
Yeah, that's the price.
Yeah, man. Look, it is what it is. Things happen. Things happen sometimes to people, and we're just grateful to be alive, man. And have the people around us and that stuff.
Amen.
Amen to that, bro.
So it is.
So that's one of the gigs. Yeah. I think for me the big gigs are more. Like I'm doing more live streaming now. Yeah. And I'm pretty stoked about that because I have more control over the instruments and what I can do with it.
You have your setup at home.
Yeah, I got this, another setup at home as well. And yeah, patrons, if you're watching this, thank you so much for keeping me going. Yeah. You guys are legends.
I hope you're watching because
he needs patrons too.
Yeah. Not even I need subscribers for these.
Yeah. We'll get to that. I'll promote it a bit on the squad. Wave squad as well, man. You guys are legends. So basically during COVID, I went full on.
Before you continue, we have to say a big thank to Hannah.
Big thanks to Hannah.
Hannah, yeah.
Who's that?
Hannah Barker.
Hannah Parker. Yeah. Oh no, the biggest troll in the world. Why, dude? You know what she did yesterday? What did she do? I was just like, we're almost at 110,000 subscribers, right? Yeah. And there was like literally, it was like a 109,997. Yeah. I was like, oh, 3 more. Yeah. I was like, oh guys, by the way, like this is probably
gonna be unsubscribed.
And she unsubscribed. And then people started following it, and it went to 93. And I was just like, oh man, so funny, man. So funny. And then I was like, oh, we're never gonna reach it now. Yeah. It probably is at 110 now, maybe. Yeah. I don't know, but she's a gas one.
She's funny,
yeah. She's always supporting though. Yeah. She's always there at the buskers.
That's why I wanted to give it a shout.
Shout out to Hannah Parker. Yeah. Shout out to
always saving the post and sharing. So
yeah. No,
that's what we need.
She wants to do a collab, man.
Does she?
Does she? With you?
Collab of what?
She wants to sing.
Really?
Yeah. I'm down, man. Like if you're not too much of a troll, I'd consider it.
Am I a troll?
No, not you, Hannah Parker.
Oh, right.
I mean, like you can't be a bigger troll than me, so. I'm known to be a troll. Yeah.
Behind the camera, I'm different.
Behind the camera, you're different.
Mm-hmm. No, I'm not. I'm the same. Yeah.
Apparently, I've been a troll in front of the camera too nowadays.
Have you?
We won't talk about that.
Yeah.
So what's the next question, my dude?
There's no questions. As I told you, this is just a conversation. It's not an interview.
And sorry,
already
I'm talking.
No, don't worry. Well, maybe I'll make you a question.
Okay. You make me one. Nice.
Yeah. So, how do you feel when you play music? Let's say you are moody one day.
Moody in a bad way or
in a bad way? In a bad way, like you're not feeling like really like doing anything. But then you play music. Does it make you feel better?
Well,
Does it change your?
It depends, man. Like, you know, like the thing is, I would sometimes play some really, really sad music or angry music, if that's the case. Sometimes I take out my axe.
But you channel your emotions through music.
Yeah, I would. I guess maybe working with music kind of makes it not an escape anymore. It's more like, I don't really want to listen to music on my times off, you know? Yeah. It's a weird one. Like I have just like, look, silence is okay. Metal really hypes me up.
And you're currently working on a project.
Yeah. It's called Futurescape. We're looking for a drummer still at the moment, but we got you?
No.
Anyways, it's very difficult because I'm looking for a drummer who's better than me. Not better than me. I would say like sometimes I can't play anymore that much. I'm pretty rusty because I've been playing so much.
Yeah, but you're a good drummer. Let's be honest.
Yeah, but that's the thing. I started with drums for like 11 years or something. I was playing drums, so it's quite high standard. But I probably should be like, no, there's room for improvement for people. You know what I mean? As in like, yeah, and they're playing also music that I wrote. So basically what I did was I finally have the means necessary now to be a little bit more secure in the financials of making music and then all that kind of stuff. So that I actually started going back to my old productions that I was making.
Childhood.
Yeah, my childhood basically. I grew up with metal and it's
just something metal as well.
Yeah, but it's just something that makes me really happy. It's really weird because happy music makes me depressed. And really angry and sad music makes me happy. But it could be, I don't know, psychologically messed up there as well. Because sometimes if you're listening to too angry music, you're always going to be angry. Who knows? You know, and people have that. People say that in like studies of music. It's like you are what you listen to. You know what I mean? So I'm just kind of like,
yeah, I believe in that.
I believe in that to a certain extent. Like, but what are you gonna say? People who listen to pop music are shallow?
No. No, I was gonna say that I listen to Radiohead.
I listen to reggae, man. Does that make me a
stoner?
Jablis.
Yeah, Jablis.
Jamana.
Bumba clap.
Pumba clap. Yeah, man.
Babylon.
Yeah. No, I mean, I listen to reggae, I listen to a lot of music, but sometimes when it comes to like just really poppy stuff, I have no patience for it, man.
I've been listening to Harry Styles, my guilty pleasure.
Yeah, you see, the thing is, it's like, it's okay because Harry Styles also tries to find, like, when they made Sign of the Times, it reminds me so much of a Guns N' Roses song. Yeah, you crying in the sign of the times. Yeah. I'm like, that's Guns N', that's Axl Rose.
Yeah.
You know, but people are starting to see the
production,
to see that hole in the market a little bit more, to be like, you know what, we could invite the soft listeners of rock into this now. Yeah. You know? Yeah. And that's what I've been doing. So also for my pop stuff, I actually wrote everything in metal, dude. And then we're like, it really doesn't matter. It's just the way you produce it. Yeah. It really is. Like you can see it everywhere nowadays. And Spotify and YouTube and stuff, there's metal bands just covering everything. And they're super heavy. Yeah. You like it like a wrecking ball. Yeah. And you're just like, that's a metal song now. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's always been the case with metal though, I find.
But you can make it jazz. You can make it anything. Yeah. Music can be anything. Yeah. It's just the way it's presented. You know? You know, I can make a Justin Bieber song. Sounds super sick, like metal in my thing. I'm like, that's actually a really cool song now. If you did not, like, people are very biased when it's like, but that's Justin Bieber, or but that's Taylor Swift.
Yeah, I get you. A lot of
but I mean, Taylor Swift is a no-go, but but yeah, no, I don't really care. But because there is also like a Taylor Swift metal bit, you know, like it's it's just the way you present it, man. Like, I think as well. Because you can make anything reggae too.
Yeah.
We've seen it happen so many times.
Yeah.
Of course, it's not the original intent. And of course, when you're writing stuff and you're producing all of these things, it's more like the music accompanies the message or the whatever, right?
Yeah.
So of course you can't make everything metal because it doesn't work. But at the same time, sometimes when you cover it in sometimes you cover it in a certain way, the message changes. It's like, it becomes super sarcastic all of a sudden. Now it's dark. Have you heard Imagine by A Perfect Circle?
No. Oh. That must be sick.
Oh man, it's just like, imagine, and it just becomes a dark mood.
Yeah.
You're like, imagine. It's not like, oh, imagine John Lennon, you know, like, it's more like, imagine, dude. You know, like that kind of mood.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's like, it's never gonna happen.
Yeah.
That's the tone of it.
Yeah, I get you. Well, that's what you're saying right now is a bit of what we do on the streets or what we do when
you're kind of making it your own, right?
Yeah. That's how it works.
But the thing is, now I'm starting to do stuff more for
yourself.
my own pleasure, but also at the same time, I know people like this 4/4 beat, like 4 to the floor, like whatever. It's dancey, you know, like, and that's kind of like what I'm bringing to the table when I'm busking. That's what I think I'm bringing. You never know these things.
Yeah.
And it's kind of a variety of stuff. But then I realize sometimes it's like basically I'm starting to become a DJ a bit more.
Yeah.
I'm looking at the people and I'm just giving them what they want. Because I'm also kind of like, oh, hopefully if I give them what they want, I can get what I need. I know, like, so people can support me in my music and go, you know, that's going forward.
Yeah, that's one of the things that I'm trying to do as well. But it's taken me longer because I used to listen to dance hits and electronic music. And now, because I incorporated the drum machine, I'm not using the drum machine as a drum machine. I'm using it as a pad.
Yeah.
You know? So I'm kind of creating beats to get people's attentions in that as well.
Yeah. But it is
kind
happier. It is kind of to give them what they want.
Yeah. Definitely.
But then again, sometimes it's infectious. You start like moving around. You're like, whoa, that's in the pocket, man.
Yeah.
You know, and for me, I'm like, that's in the pocket. So you start dancing, and then people start becoming like, holy shit, why is he dancing? And then they listen, they're like, because that's in the pocket. Because that shit's in the pocket, man. The bass and the kick is like, oops, you know what I mean? And it's like, it's infectious, you know? And that's what I like about busking. It's more like, boom. It's like there is an admiration part of it. I think there's two ways you can see it. There's like one that is like, holy shit, this is really fun to watch.
Yeah.
And one there's like, the other thing, like the singers, you know what I mean, of Gamification, is more like this admiration. Like, oh my God, they're so good at singing. They should be on X Factor.
Yeah.
Man. I mean, don't get me wrong. A lot of people, like, again, it's pop music, subjective to the listener, always.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you what, one thing. I
was hoping.
I was
waiting for that.
I'll tell you what.
Classic
Jacob.
Yeah.
AI is gonna fucking wipe us out.
You think so? I don't think
in the songwriting bits, and the thing is, like, I think at least it's going to degrade us for a bit, for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
I think also, like, I was listening to Rick Beato yesterday, and he was like, well, I wouldn't be surprised in the next 2 years or 3 years that the Billboard hits, there's at least 2 AI songs in there.
Yeah, definitely.
And in the next 10 years, it might be the entire Billboard that is just AI songs. And because people do not care about songwriting that much anymore.
No.
They care about
the beat.
It's the beat, but it's also the feeling and whatever. I guess the feeling you can't really do too much with AI, but like I think in 2 years' time, like right now, there is apps that are scary, man.
Yeah, I know,
and
but they couldn't perform live.
But that's the only thing. And I know we can have a whole AI podcast, bro, if you want, man, because I've been really into it. It kind of made me sad yesterday, and I think I was really, really angry. About a lot of things. But it doesn't really matter. Look, I'm fine today. But I was kind of like looking into it. But of course, you know, like, it's not going to replace the fun in playing music. Like I play music, right?
Yeah.
Because it feeds my soul.
Yeah.
You know? And it feeds, well, I'm glad that like we have the platform to have other people enjoy it. You know, like the streets is a very good platform for that.
Yeah, definitely it is.
You know, the internet right now is a bit messed up because not a lot of people are gonna be judging. A lot of people are gonna be saying a lot of shit as well, of course. But we have a platform to express. It's not even express. We have a platform to enjoy what we're doing and get other people to enjoy what we're doing.
Exactly.
And I love that, you know?
Yeah.
And I think that, of course, you cannot have with AI, dude.
No.
You know, AI would...
There's not an exchange of anything. It's just listening to it.
But that's the thing, though. So people are going to start covering AI music, bro. Like, we are in the cover area right now. So it's kind of like... And I was talking to, you know, my girl the other day about it. And she was just like, yeah, but like, you know, like, what about circus people? Like, you cannot... You know, the circus, you know, you cannot, you know, completely, because I was going to say, like, you know, a lot of things will be replaced with AI, man.
Yeah.
Cutting costs for companies, man, blah, blah, blah. But of course, there's still going to be like this authentic, like, it's going to be like humans versus AI. Like, there's going to be two factions, man. You know, the people who really want to make easy cash go to AI. But then there's the people who's like, oh, you know, like, handcrafted.
This is art. Yeah, this is art.
Handcrafted by a human. Like, imagine, that's such a dystopian future man, we live in, bro. Yeah. Right now, already, 2024, where millennials look younger and Gen Zs look older. Yeah? It's weird, bro. My brother looks much older than me. But he's not really Gen Z. But, like, you know what I'm saying? Just like the people who were born after look older than us. Weird.
I think it's because of the screens, man.
It's not because of the screens. I've been in front of a screen my entire life, bro. Telling
Look at my eye bags.
Yeah, I got eye bags too. But I'm just saying that it's a kind of a weird one. And we're also still playing video games, bro.
Yeah.
There's this thing about like, why are 30-year-olds now less mature than 30-year-olds in just the last generation?
Yeah. That makes
of course, there's a lot of things about like, you know, comfort, and we have a lot of
life is easier.
Problems. It is easier, so we get to be.
It's still complicated, but it's easier.
Yeah. You know, good to be, and it's okay. I'm having fun with it. Whatever.
The thing with games is they make you escape your own reality, but you're also, how do you say, impersonate the character, so you become the character of the game.
You do.
What for me, when I'm playing, I'm also thinking about all my problems and all the different ways to solve them. But at the same time, I enjoy myself by playing a game. You know what I mean? So it's like therapy for me.
It's therapy, but it's also, there's a word for it. It's called gamification. I was gonna say motherfucker, but I said it anyway. Yeah. It's called gamification, motherfucker. So basically, like, a lot of us gamers that learn, like, you have to apply this shit to real life, right?
Yeah.
So basically what you're saying is that, like, you feel like, you know, you can problem solve in the game, right?
Yeah.
You know how to do that shit. And then you're applying it to real life.
Yeah.
Basically. And I feel the same way. You go on a quest, you gotta do this shit, and then you do that shit, you know? But don't forget about that other side quest that you picked up. Yeah. You know what I mean? Apply that to real life, because you want to fucking achieve all of those things.
Yeah.
And get your milestones, you know what I mean?
Yeah. So, for example, because since I was a kid, I played Resident Evil. There's a lot of, how do you call
zombies.
This? Yeah, zombies, but
demons.
A lot of quests, a lot of puzzles.
Yeah.
Riddles.
Yeah.
And stuff like that. So one of the days for the first time, I went to escape room, for example, with friends and my now wife. And I was so good at that because I used to play that game. So
it was like playing. Man. It's like playing. I used to play this game.
Yeah.
Crazy, man.
Yeah.
You know, but that's the thing. There is benefits to playing video games. Don't get me wrong, but there's also a lot of downsides.
Especially if you do it all day and if you don't do anything.
That's the thing with addiction. That's the thing with addiction, man. Like I sometimes see myself falling into that a little bit because I'm like, I fucking hate reality, and I would be playing. I was like, look, you know, my girl. I was just like, look, I'm just gonna take a whole day and just play games. Yeah. I'm sorry, I just cannot do it today. You know, and that's okay. But if you fall into the habit of that and do it like almost every day.
No, yeah, definitely. Like we cannot afford to do that anymore because we live in Dublin.
Yeah, we can't do that.
Dublin because we need to make money.
Yeah.
But if I could, I would, you know.
Yeah, but the thing is, it's like, when you still have it in the back of your mind, you're like, man, I should definitely take some days off. Or
whatever. Yeah.
But then, because we're so like in this Western world, right? Yeah. I would say not just Western world, I'd say big cities in the world, but it is a very Western culture. It's very like move, or you die. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I feel like that.
Just like, I feel like that here all the time.
When I take a day off, I feel guilty.
I feel guilty. You cannot stop anymore. Yeah. When it's just like, what do you want, brain? Like, I just want, what do you want, brain? It's like, do you want me to take a break, or do you want me to keep working, man? Yeah. It doesn't stop, bro. Yeah. It doesn't stop. Even when I'm sleeping. And I think this has a lot to do also with being self-employed. All right? Yeah. I would say, like, being a musician, like we are, you know, being self-employed is very tough because we're not, it's like everybody thinks that it's like, oh my God, I wish I could do that, work from home, blah, blah, blah. Bro, trust me, it's fucked up. It's fucked up, man. In the beginning, I was basically homeless here, man. Yeah. You know, it was tough, man. So tough. Like, some people have it quite easy, I'm quite sure. You know, they have stuff here. You know, they have parents, blah, blah, blah. It's a little bit easier, I would say. Yeah. Lucky them. Fair play. But nada, bro. No. And I was also, you know, there was a time where, you know, I was kicked out of the band, for example, and I had to do it shit myself in the midwinter. That's when I was just like, that's how I got into busking here and playing guitar and stuff like that. Because I got basically kicked out of the band, or I quit or whatever, because I had none of it. Because, you know, people can be sometimes annoying.
That's it's hard to have a band.
Yeah, it's hard to have a band. It's hard to have colleagues sometimes as well. So, playing music, and the thing is, I was like, I gotta pay rent. So I don't care how cold it is. Yeah. I don't care how shitty I am. Yeah. I just have to go out there and fucking survive, dude. Yeah. So that's how it all came. Yeah. This whole me busking solo thing. Me becoming a soloist was not a choice. Yeah. It was just a necessity.
Exactly, yeah.
You know?
And it's easier when you really get it. It's like when you...
Yeah. Once you get it, it's like, damn, yeah.
Because you know you can go out yourself and you'll make enough money for yourself.
Yeah, of course.
And if you add someone else, they have to bring something to your performance.
Yeah, of course.
So...
But that's the thing, it depends. Like, if you start off as a duo or a trio or whatever, then you're doing it like that. But it's even more difficult as a group because you do have to, you know, the funds, the fees has to be split, and then nobody's making enough. And it's like, I'm quit because I'm not making enough with you guys. And it's like, man, it takes time to do that shit. Whereas solo, it's like, you can, it's all up to yourself, right? But what I was trying to say is that, like, with this whole busking thing, it's just like, people are always asking as well. It's like, how do you get over the fear? Don't give a shit, is what I say. Yeah. Don't give a shit. And one other thing is, I did it completely different. I had to not give a shit. Yeah. Because I had no means to fucking survive here. In the winter, bro. Yeah. It was like 3-4 months or something that I was just like living off the money that I've just made, you know, in the prior months. But like literally 20, 10 cents, 5 cents, 1 cent. For the bus every day. I'm like, okay, I have enough now. Okay, let's go. We have to go. And man, like, you know, my dad was like, man, get a job, bro. And I was just like, nah, I like this. I like this suffering.
yeah, it's a weird thing, isn't it?
No, because once you get out of it, that fucking I was actually gonna no, let's not go there. I was gonna go and no. That's offensive. Yeah. You know, when you're like really in pain and then you get a fucking operation and then boom and you're like, oh my God, the happiness you get because you can walk again or something.
Because you fix the problem, basically.
Yeah. But it's weird because we want to suffer before you make it. And that's where the happiness comes from. Not just from no struggle. You know, people get bored.
Yeah.
You know. Anyway, so that's what it was a little bit. I was like, holy shit, I was doing all of these things, and then all of a sudden spring came and I was like, I'm fine now. I got a band. I was playing around Ireland for weddings, and I was doing other things too. Got to open for Miles Kane with this band as well, and we played big venues, Limelight, you know, this and that. Also, busking was getting better. And then I played guitar and sang in the end. And I was like, okay, I started with no loops, man. No loops whatsoever. People are like, man, you've been probably looping your entire life. I'm like, no, I started with just playing guitar and singing. Like,
for me, it was the same.
A lot of us. I mean, I didn't have the gear. I had a fucking cube and
I didn't have amplifier when I got here.
Oh, so, there you go, man. You know. So I got a cube, which is the beginners.
That's
if you guys are asking, man, cubes are for beginers.
No.
Cube X's are for beginners plus. If you guys want to go and busk over there, get like an AR or something. Depends on what you want to do. If you want to loop, you get a PA, dude.
Yeah, definitely.
Definitely come down.
I learned that from
definitely
Jacob.
come down to Grafton Street and block up the entire queue. Definitely do that and blast the music
with PAs.
Yeah. Let's get it banned.
What was I going to say to you? On top of what you were saying about being self-employed, it was on Sunday morning. I woke up really tired because my toughest days are Fridays and Saturdays because I go out to busk and I'm carrying my trolley with all my stuff, and then I have to go and do a gig in the evening. So those are my Fridays and Saturdays usually. And I woke up on Sunday, I was like really, really tired. And I said, all right, I'm gonna go and have a shower so I can wake up a little bit more. And then when I was in the shower, I said to myself, at least I'm tired because I'm working for myself and not for someone else.
Yeah. Well, there you go. That's a good feeling.
Yeah.
It's a good feeling.
Because you don't have to forget about that.
No. You're working for yourself and your dog and
but I mean just the job part, not the
I know. As in, you're not working for a big corporation or a big boss who's gonna nag you all the time for doing the wrong thing. I always say,
I was there in the past and I didn't.
Yeah, but that's what I was trying to say about the self-employment thing. The hard thing is that you don't have a boss and you have to literally be.
You earn on the go.
But it's also you have to be like so disciplined, man. I think, you know, like you have to be so disciplined in doing stuff. And if you don't do stuff, you don't get anything.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Which is, the nice part is like a blessing and a curse kind of situation.
Yeah, definitely.
But literally, like if you don't have anything and you haven't built it up, like, you know, playing with a cube and whatever, like you're not gonna...
Nobody's gonna come knocking.
Nobody's gonna come knocking if you don't try, you know what I mean? Like that's one thing that I learned about like busking and living here in Ireland is just that like, you know, like
to knock doors.
Knock doors and don't give a shit about people, man. Like literally, okay, of course, be respectful, but you know, there's gonna be freaking haters. There's gonna be so many things, man.
Yeah, you see them all the time.
All the time, but
you see those faces when you're busking. Sometimes they're like, or getting.
Oh, I don't care.
Yeah, me neither. It's like.
There is this, but I was respectful, but at one point you just get like really like pushes to the edge a bit, and sometimes you're having a bad day and somebody's doing this. It's like, you're too loud. I'm like, what? What you say? Like so loud. Whatever, man. See, people who are gonna hate you, there's gonna people who are gonna love you in life, man, and that's just that, bro.
That's life,
man. Whatever you do in life. Just don't do murdering or the other things.
Yeah.
Just do it, man. Not murder.
Yeah.
I don't know why that's still in my head.
I know. Dexter, I've been watching that.
Too many of those crime podcasts, bro. No. You just got to do it, right? As in, if you don't do it, if you don't try, you're not going to get anywhere, dude. It's like, what did they...
Try, you never know.
Yeah, well, there you go.
Coldplay.
It is one of those things. You can't... It's like, the biggest thing you can regret is not doing it.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
And that goes for everything in life.
Everything.
Yeah.
So that's...
That's the last message.
That's the last message, guys, yeah?
Well, it was fun to have you here, brother.
Freaking
I appreciate
squad.
Yeah. This is from Amsterdam. Is it from Amsterdam as well?
No, this is Rick and Morty, man.
But it's not from Amsterdam.
Their faces are melting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is just some psilocybin shit. Psychic. Anyways, we'll leave you, and this is Jacob Koopman, and
this is
you can go and check his socials, and you're gonna be like, what? Like that. What? Like, is it John Lennon that does the gif? Or is it another guy that looks like John Lennon?
I think it is.
Is it? Yeah.
Not Yoko Ono.
No, it's not. Alright, man.
Alright, take it easy, man. Did we record that or not?
No, we didn't.